Hi everyone, thank you for joining me once again. Today we're going to talk about three motifs that are connected to each other in Jewish mysticism: midnight, the moon, and the Shekinah. Let's begin. In Jewish tradition, the date changes during sunset. A new day begins when the sun goes down and the night rises. In Jewish tradition, the night is divided into two different parts. During the first half of the night, if someone has committed a sin, if the world has done wrong, that everything that you need to be judged for is coming down from the heavens into the earth. But during midnight, it changes. In the second part of the night, the other half, there's a place for grace and praying for forgiveness. Midnight doesn't necessarily mean midnight as the hour that you see on the clock, but it means where the night is turning into the other half of it in an equal manner. When the night is coming to an equal after you went through the first half of harsh judgments, you can move into the grace. They believe that the Shekinah, the feminine manifestation of the divine in Judaism, can actually rise from our world through different spiritual steps to the divine up in the heavens. By taking the spiritual journey of going through the spheres and going up into the heavens, the male and the female can become one. And when the Shekinah will come back to our world, she will bring blessings with her that will be part of the blessing that she sends into our world. So there are many people that are actually waking up during midnight in very special occasions, that are doing prayers, special prayers for midnight, during midnight, and asking for grace and blessings. And one of the motives that is mostly connected to the feminine aspect is the moon. A crescent of moon in Jewish tradition is actually a male motive, but as the moon is becoming fuller and fuller, we are turning into the feminine motive. A full moon represents the Shekinah and feminine blessings. And the moon that is actually becoming full by absorbing the light from the sun is like the human soul or the world that are absorbing divine light and becoming more whole and more worthy of grace. There's a special blessing for the moon that you're saying in Jewish tradition from a few days after you start to see the moon and until the moon is full. And this is how you're actually accepting the divine light, and you are like a feminine vessel which is absorbing the light and becoming enlightened. We know that in ancient times, full moon, or the night in which the moon is born, were always sacred, and there were holidays, festive celebrations during those moon phases because they were considered sacred and dates that are connecting the male and the female. And one other thing is that when the moon is becoming fuller and fuller, it's like the human spirit. Sometimes when you feel that your spirit in your life is in a very low place, then just like the moon, you can grow, you can become fuller, you can decide that you have a place for light in your life. And just like the moon, we can also transform and aspire for something better, something full of light. I would love to hear your thoughts and your ideas, and do share with us interesting stories that you think might be relevant for this topic. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.